Beautiful. You see that clap was in sync. Y'all could learn something from.
I'm just saying this isn't our first rodeo.
Exactly, man.
This is blacked out.
Whoa, no, it is
hey.
This is not Pornhub. This will not be blacked out.
Oh God. And we back. So
now I'm out of it. Pornhub Premium.
It's free now. Actually, I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know if you've seen the.
There's so many ads to give it away.
Seen the ads, but
how do they make
Premium's
money?
Free.
I mean, now most private actresses are going.
Now I legit.
Patreon, OnlyFans. I got OnlyFans. If you guys are looking.
I legit shouldn't be saying this, but did you guys know you can get Pornhub Premium for life? There's a thing where you can like buy it for life.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was like they're like no. It's free for like a week or some shit. I've looked
it's
into
like
it.
a try.
I've just
for
research
science.
purposes.
Science.
Research purposes.
There's only knowledge is power.
Right? And it was our Black Friday sale. Lifetime Pornhub Premium for like I think it was like $200 or $300 or something. What do you need Pornhub Premium for? Let's be honest.
4K.
Okay.
The videos behind the paywall.
You're right. The 4K. You really need to see each individual pubic hair. What the fuck am I thinking?
Exactly.
When I have like 17 tabs open
I'm
anyway.
trying to get that POV that's the climax from inside her. That's what I want.
Gotta see right.
I mean, you're talking about pubic hair. I'm trying to see that butthole hair.
You're right.
You don't ever see that.
The one that they miss when they like get waxed is just there. It's chilling.
Bring.
I just want to see that one stray hair, bro.
Welcome to Hard Reset. I'm Dave.
That's our intro for
Yeah. It's just yeah.
Can't get much more natural than this.
Oh God, this is gonna be a good one.
This is gonna be fantastic. As he said, he's Dave. I'm Milton. This is the Hard Reset podcast, and we are not going to talk about Pornhub and their lifetime subscription, but instead,
it's free for a month or a week.
Listen, not November's over. Anyway, we are going to agree upon the top 3 PlayStation games that defined that generation. So PlayStation 1, 2, 3,
and 4.
And obviously 5 is going to be God of War 2.
Yeah, or after we did the games award podcast, I feel like we saw some good shit that's coming up. Godfall.
Do you think that's going to define the PlayStation 5?
I mean, it looks pretty good.
You think so?
It looks pretty good.
Because I
think it's going to define at least the first quarter of the.
Because we saw something that looked better than pretty good with Hellblade 2.
We're not talking about Xbox though.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about PlayStation. We're talking about Sony.
Today's
a Sony podcast.
Based on the Game Awards, PlayStation lost next gen. All right, let's go. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So if you want that mini fridge, sitting next to your TV.
Or what do they call the pizza oven?
The pizza oven,
the single slice pizza oven.
It's a monstrosity, folks. Let's be honest.
But yeah. So
it's gonna be hot as fuck.
Those memes are fantastic, right, though. So I think for PlayStation 1 game is obvious: Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII. I would have to agree. It was by and far the biggest thing that Square at that time, not before it was Squeenix, had done in like the 3D realm. You know what I mean? It's their first 3D RPG.
Yeah.
They had other 3D games at the time. And it was really going into that next gen, outside of, from
There's a hair here.
Yeah, from Final Fantasy 3 to 6, what we know here in the West, kind of getting out of that 2D style and going into, what we now think of when we think of Final Fantasies. It really set that bar. So I think that's a good choice. So I would have to agree on that.
And also one of the things, as far as advertising went back then, they named it as the ultimate, like the greatest video game of all time. They were advertising Final Fantasy VII as that. It makes sense because it is one of the greatest games of all time.
We can have an entire show just on 7.
We could.
We could. I could.
Yes, he could.
Favorite game of all time. But I do like, kind of what we're talking about. I do think it really defined the PlayStation. It was huge for that hardware, for some of the stuff that it was pushing. Some of the pre-rendered like videos and everything, as well as you can go into the battle system, you can go into music, But that's just Final Fantasy itself, But for that console,
music wasn't that memorable, right?
No, not even.
No.
But yeah, I think that's an easy pick to start it off. That's T-ball, but we can get down into the nitty gritty.
This was a strong showing by PlayStation with the PS1.
Yeah.
There was also Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Equally memorable music.
Yeah.
Great story.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I like to play Castlevania. That everything. I mean, Hideo's a genius.
Yeah.
Still proves it to this day.
Still
Shout
pushing out
to
good content.
Fucking Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Great game. So I think right now we know those two, right?
I would have to agree. Yeah.
But now the third game.
I got one for you, and I don't think you see this one coming.
Is it Gran Turismo?
Fucking let's go! How did you know?
Because there's no.
That's crazy.
There's no PlayStation without Gran Turismo.
That's crazy, man.
Because
this isn't planned. I swear to God, this is not. This is real. Okay.
Because Gran Turismo, while I agree, was fire. I actually don't think it defined PlayStation until PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Because when 3D races were about, I mean, there was Gran Turismo, there was the newer Need for Speeds and stuff like that. But it was just like they kind of all played the same. Obviously they always went for the sim.
It's a racing game, and
Gran Turismo always went for the sim and stuff like that. But back then,
they went for the experience, not really the
controls were just bad, right? But PlayStation 2, when they introduced dual analog and stuff like that, Gran Turismo really shined then.
Rumble Pack.
But it still gets tough because you also have Spyro.
Mm-hmm.
You have Crash Bandicoot.
Yep. There's a lot.
There's Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
So,
PlayStation exclusive.
So, one of my favorite games of all time. But in my opinion, I don't think that really defined PlayStation 1.
Okay.
For the simple fact that it's a Metroidvania. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them.
But it's
the Metroidvania. Yes. But when you think of PlayStation, you don't think of those types of games. You don't think of platformers in that mindset.
Okay.
You think of more along the lines like you said, you think of the Spyros, you think of the Crashes.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Stop it. Stop it. No one.
Not at all.
No one.
Shout out to Cliffy B, by the way. You tried.
But no, I think Castlevania, Symphony, solid game, amazing game. But to me, it just doesn't define that console as a generation. It doesn't define that. We can get into some more deeper things like the original Tekken, Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, but those are arcade.
Those are arcade, but they're ports to to.
And when people wanted to play better arcade games, they would go to Dreamcast because the Dreamcast ported it in better.
That's debatable.
What about the Tenchu series?
I'm gonna have to fall back on that.
You have to fall back on that.
I wasn't a big fan.
You got
yes. That was coming.
Okay, so that's
a given. Okay, so behind the cameras, Brian just gave us a great one, and I have to semi-agree. So Resident Evil,
but one or two,
because
you also have Crash 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go Crash, do we go that detail? Because we can't just say Crash Bandicoot.
No, probably
because Crash 2 is
way better.
Beyond better,
Yeah.
but
no, I agree.
Man.
But I think when you're looking at it, it's the Crash IP.
So, okay.
Because we're not gonna say Final Fantasy Tactics, which was on
right. That's
PS1.
what I'm saying. We can't just say the Crash IP.
Yeah.
We have to pick one. So here's my thing with Resident Evil. All right, chat room. viewers, whatever.
Whoever's out there.
Yeah, you guys are always the chat
Brian,
room.
AJ.
You guys are always the chat room.
The heart. Oh,
So-
okay, yeah. Along the same vein.
But if I had to choose, he also pointed out Silent Hill. But if I had to choose between Silent Hill and Resident Evil, I'm going to go Resident Evil. Here's my problem.
If you have
with
to choose
my
between
childhood.
Silent
I was
Hill
a
and
baby
Resident Evil 2, it's going to be Resident Evil 2.
It's going to be either Resident Evil over that. But here's my problem. All right, stick with Resident Evil for a second. When I was a child, I was a baby back bitch. All right, I remember playing Resident Evil 1, and the very first time they did the in-game cutscene where the zombie turns around.
Comes out, yeah.
He turns around like the first time he's like eating the body. I never played the game again until I was like 20. All right,
Yeah.
I was like 6, and I was scared. I was like, "Fuck this shit."
I'm out.
Where's Spyro the Dragon?
Yeah.
I need color.
He's friendly.
Where's my N64 so I can play banjo?
Ooh.
Like I was,
Throwback.
yeah, but I was just scared. All right, but looking back on them, I would have to go with Resident Evil 2. But Beebs brought up another one, the Tomb Raider series. Now that game kind of defined the system a lot. I mean, they pushed it ad heavy. There was tons of magazines about it. Everything like that game was pushed hard.
It's an IP that they've invested in since its inception,
And
You know
and
what I
that
mean?
and that's what makes it tough. Do we put Tomb Raider above Resident Evil? Because Tomb Raider, honestly, in my opinion, after PS1, kind of went its way.
No.
The newer remakes are good, everything like that, but they're not PlayStation exclusives anymore.
No.
Things like that. The other big tough part is that when it comes to Resident Evil and Tomb Raider, I think more people played Tomb Raider. You see what I'm saying?
In that era?
That era.
Yes.
And that's because that's where we got to compare it to. It's like
So
you're
we're looking
defining
at
that generation.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
We can't, in retrospect,
Objectively,
doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like, again, I know I went back and played Resident Evil later when I hit puberty.
I mean, you didn't do the same thing with Tomb Raider? I mean,
Tomb Raider was what made me hit puberty.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. Polygon boobs.
That's right.
Yeah,
Need my triangular boobies.
you're right. Okay. Tony Hawk, yeah.
Ooh, Tony Hawk's tough though.
Different genre altogether.
Yeah.
It is. Tony Hawk's tough, but here's the thing with Tony
You
Hawk.
can also do, like the blitzes.
Yeah, but Tony Hawk
Tony Hawk was huge.
was huge, but it didn't matter until Tony Hawk's Underground.
I would have to disagree.
You think Pro Skater?
I think Pro Skater was.
Skater 2 was fire. I played that.
Yes.
Out of that game.
I
It made
I think.
little kids' lives.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about height of its popularity.
It was
Tony Hawk's
Dude,
Underground.
there's people that still talk about the original OST for Tony Hawk 1.
Sure,
you know what
sure.
I mean? And
But
like
when-
that, you think of that. You think of
But
that
when
because you invested so much in the game.
For sure, but when you're thinking like as far as playing Tony Hawk, Underground refined the mechanics in such a way, like.
But see, that's the thing. It refined the mechanics that Tony Hawk the first one brought on the scene.
Right.
There was nothing like that.
Sure.
Game. The dynamics, the gravity, like the combo, like it was very standalone.
But it never felt as seamless until Tony Hawk's Underground.
Yeah.
Like the whole ability to control your combos better felt best in Underground.
So we'll get into this when we get into PS2. But do you feel that Thug would define PS2?
That's tough. There's a lot out there for PS2.
That's what I'm saying. So
But that doesn't mean. But
so we have to look at Tony Hawk's objectively outside of Thug, which was on a whole nother console.
sure. So
Yeah.
how about this? We've got Final Fantasy. We've got Metal Gear. We got Resident Evil 2. Do you put Pro Skater above any of those three?
No, I can't do it.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Exactly.
But again, when we get there, when
Can
we
you
get
put it
into
above
two,
Tomb Raider? As far as
Personally?
generation defining, not personally.
okay, that's what I'm saying.
I can very easily.
Can
I can, yeah.
you can?
I love
Tomb Raider was too big, man.
It was,
Tomb Raider was
like,
big.
Tony Hawk was that getaway.
How many Tony Hawk movies are there? I know that's a shitty cop out.
How many giant boobs
How many successful sequels and remakes to Tony Hawk are there compared to
Successful.
right?
That's a toss up.
Because you got to remember they put out that shitty Tony Hawk game where you had the actual skateboard you could skate on and it was trash. And then they put out the last game that was completely broken.
That was supposed to be like a callback, yeah, but no, I would have to agree. Tony Hawk up against some big hitters, But if you look at it objectively with the sports games that it's up against, it stands out. You know what I mean? Like it was before Skate, it was before Thrash, it was before other skate games. I don't know. But it paved the way.
For sure. I'm not
You know what I mean?
I'm not dissing that, but I'm talking about
Paving for that
I'm not talking about
generation.
a game that defined a genre.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a game that defined a console.
A console, yeah. I think we hit 3 solid choices. 7, Metal Gear.
That third one's tough, right? Because there's other things out there. I could be thinking wrong, but wasn't Bushido Blade 1?
Bushido Blade 1 was on there, yeah. But again, another fighter.
Onimusha?
Fucking Tekken. But
Tekken?
someone already said, it's a port from an arcade game, But Chrono Cross can eat a dick. It's no trigger.
It's definitely no trigger.
It's no trigger. Parappa the Rapper?
No.
That kind of sparked the musical genre itself, you know what I mean? And it's an exclusive, and it's a yeah.
I am thinking about PS1 in the vacuum.
It's
There's
an
so many
exclusive?
games I would play before
Okay,
that.
look at this. Picture this. You look at the PlayStation magazine.
Sure.
The demos that they used to put in the magazine were their exclusives, right? What were some of the top ones that they had? They had Final Fantasy VII. They had Metal Gear. They had Parappa. They had Tony Hawk. They had Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? These are They had Spyro. These are games that.
3 is a terrible number.
It is. It's hard.
That's
hard,
the
but that's what
point.
makes it. Yeah, but that's what makes it. That's what kinda makes it dynamic,
here's the thing. So I agree with you. So let's lay all those demo discs out in front of us.
What am I gonna grab?
What three games are you gonna play on your PlayStation for the rest of your life?
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Good.
I mean, Tactics is gorgeous. Like they were great games.
It's an amazing game.
But I didn't play.
It hurts my heart not to put it in there.
But that's a personal thing. Nobody, no one.
No one's denying that
the
it's not a
majority
good game,
didn't play that. The majority didn't play that because it was on PlayStation. You know what I mean?
So in my opinion, when we're looking at these
top 3,
when we're looking at these top 3, these have. This is just what I'm taking from it. These have to be exclusives that were cutting edge and that defined that system as a whole, right? I think that's pretty obvious. 7 is an easy
no brainer. Metal Gear Solid, no brainer.
Is up there. It's up there.
There's nothing name a game you would put above Metal Gear or play in between Metal Gear and Final Fantasy.
To be honest, dude, you're gonna Spyro. Spyro's up there.
You're gonna put Spyro above Metal Gear.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it out loud. Because I'm being biased.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but
so you're
as
telling me
as a whole, no.
You're telling me you would if you had to choose between Metal Gear and Spyro to play for the rest of your life, you're gonna choose Spyro.
Should I be honest, viewers?
Spyro's fun as fuck.
Spyro's fun as fuck, dude.
I'm not a
Metal Gear is a great series. Metal Gear, the very first game.
Metal Gear Solid.
I mean, you can say the same thing about fucking Siphon Filter. It's Metal Gear Solid.
It is not.
It is, but
it is
okay.
not.
All right. We digress.
Shout out to Ben Studios, by the way. You guys are great.
We digress. 7, Metal Gear. I'm gonna agree with you. The third one is. There's a lot of fighters, man. There's a lot of.
I don't mind having a fighter in that list.
No, not fighter. No. I'm just saying there's a lot of combatants.
Because I was
going
to say, if we were to choose a fighter, it'd have to be Tekken.
I think when we get into 2, that's when it's gonna get hard.
2 and 3 is gonna be hard.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Right. Yeah. I feel like I'm giving up on games that I gave my everything to by not putting them in this.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's your top 3. What else is out there that maybe we possibly didn't name?
Anything beats.
But that's the thing. If we haven't named it,
If you haven't named it, it doesn't stand out.
But we could.
But you said Onimusha, and I'm like, fuck yes, Onimusha. Holy shit, how did I forget about that?
Was that 2 or 3?
Which
was on Misha? I thought that
The first one.
was that on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, on one. On one.
I think Onimusha was on 1. I could be wrong.
I think it was on.
Was it on 2?
I could be wrong there. But either way.
Either way.
So the other one that does pop up on a lot of lists is Castlevania.
That's
Symphony.
And not, because the thing is like
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal does stand out.
I don't think anybody would put that above like Resident Evil
Right. And there
or
was Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
oh the Soul Reaver series is so fucking good.
But see, we're getting sentimental instead of looking at it objectively.
Anybody else play Einhander?
I did not play Einhander.
I'm not even familiar with that.
No, I'm not either.
You like built mechs and shit.
Oh.
It was fucking cool.
But
I love a good mech game.
so
I don't remember that though.
3rd place
Symphony of the Night. I'm giving it to it.
because here's the thing.
Despite all the bullshit I just talked about, looking at it outside of everything. So outside of Tomb Raider and Tony Hawk and
Was that PS1? Tekken 3?
yeah,
Shut up.
Duelist of the Roses type shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, I
can
think
leave.
so.
So and
7 solid.
Here's my
Symphony.
reason for Symphony of the Night. Is that not only did it define a genre,
Yeah.
and it rarely re-releases.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, but anytime someone goes to make a game that is Metroidvania,
And they use that as the building blocks.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the template.
Yeah.
Because it is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Like there's very few, if any, Metroidvania games out there
That top it.
that are better than it.
Yeah.
And it came out on one fucking console.
I sit corrected. I'm gonna have to agree. I think we have our top 3 for PS1.
So, Final Fantasy,
7.
Metal Gear, Solid,
Mm-hmm.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I think that's a
solid-
solid list.
That's a solid
That's
list.
a solid list.
I'm not mad at it.
All right, let's talk 2.
God, I didn't want to talk to. Can we skip 2? So PlayStation 2.
This one's gonna be tough. I have my number 1 off rip, and
Please.
it's biased. It's biased.
So you're cheating.
I'm not cheating, but I feel like a lot of our viewers would probably agree with me. This game kind of set the standard going forward for its genre. It's continually talked about to this day. It has really high highs, and it has some interesting lows. It had some fun digressions from the main focus of the game.
Okay.
Namely Blitzball.
You fucking bitch.
So my number 1 choice is Final Fantasy X.
See, if I'm going to be biased, I didn't like 10.
I didn't either.
Now, I will say this about 10. Bringing in fully voice actors, even though they were bad.
The video, like the cutscenes, you cannot.
Right. I'm not denying what it was, because that's Square doing it again.
Yes.
Right.
Dude, there's too many.
There's a lot.
But so we'll keep that right there.
Yeah.
We'll keep that right there.
Way too much.
SOCOM is up there. It's SOCOM's the first game that I played online, guys.
That's what I was going to say. SOCOM defined multiplayer.
It did. It was the first game I played online.
You had to go buy the fucking thing
the plug-in to the back of the
to make your PlayStation online compatible.
to jack it into a phone line. Oh, it feels so good not to have to do that anymore.
Right. And like I put hours upon hours in the SOCOM.
I made my first online name on SOCOM. Shout out to Oreo Soup. I've never used it since, and I'll never use it again.
It lives and dies with SOCOM.
It does. It does.
So many. And if you don't, there's so many that you'll never remember them all. But
But this is also when PlayStation was weird.
There are some interesting decisions that they made.
But if we're talking PS2, can we talk about the first? If I'm remembering correctly, the first Ratchet and Clank.
Yes. Ratchet and Clank was on there.
Jack and Daxter.
Do you want me to name off some?
Go ahead. GTA 3 and GTA Vice City.
And Vice City.
Oh. That's paved the way for people.
God of War 1 and 2.
God of Wars.
Devil May Cry.
DMC. When you said Onimusha, I almost said DMC, but I'm like, no, that was 2.
Okami was good.
Okami was good.
I don't know if that was,
the
generation defining.
Was the first Budokai?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh!
Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil. But that's more of a cult classic. I don't know if that was generation defining. Because first of all, I played Beyond Good and Evil on Xbox.
Guitar Hero. Okay, so that's up there. That's a given. That you can't not.
But it's
don't talk shit.
But it's platform agnostic.
Yeah.
And I played mine on Xbox.
Yeah.
My memories are on Xbox.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
So then that goes to the
That's not defining, but that just
NBA
Street?
I mean,
that was fun. It was
Yeah.
not defining, but it was fun.
Yeah.
it was a good fucking game. Fuck. This is where it gets tough.
All right, so then you mentioned, Guitar Hero being able to play that. Are we only talking Sony exclusives? Like, are we
No,
talking
we're not.
PlayStation
But I'm just saying,
exclusives?
like, my memories are Xbox.
Yeah. Mine aren't. I didn't know
Wait.
Xbox until.
They were.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Oh my god! You know, I just realized I first played Guitar Hero on Xbox.
see,
Oh, so I'm a little bit of a fake on this one.
that's what's
weird.
tough about Guitar Hero and
Yeah.
Rock Band and shit like that.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Battlefront 2.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia was a good one.
Bully.
Bully was good.
We were saying Kingdom Hearts.
We didn't.
Oh,
Shit. Kingdom Hearts 1. We'll put Kingdom Hearts up there.
We'll table that.
This is table that with
We're gonna
Final
table
Fan,
that
or with
with
Final
10.
FF10.
We're RPG biased, so.
But that's the thing. The Square killed it back
Square blew it up.
then.
Brawler or Bouncer?
Bouncer. I thought it was PlayStation 3.
Was that 3? It was. It was the first. Yeah, it was Square's first game. On
That
3.
game wasn't that great,
It wasn't great.
but it was.
But it was a Square
exclusive.
game.
Right.
It was a Square game.
And then Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
That's where they
But Resident Evil 4, everyone knows it for GameCube, because
Really?
it was exclusive
Oh, that's
for
right.
a long
yeah.
time.
Oh,
That
shit.
was their game.
12 was on PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm. 2 had some
What the
bangers.
How do you
God
make
of War,
a top 3 on this?
That's what I'm saying. So
This
God
is
of
gonna be a tough one.
I feel God of War is up there.
Which
dude.
one? 1 or 2?
1 and 2 are on there.
The collectors, where you can get 1 and 2 together. Can we not use that? Honestly, 2.
It was a better game, but which one would you say?
I would
1.
probably say 2 if I had to put one up there.
Yeah. Need for Speed. Underground.
Good game. Good game.
Oh, fuck, this is hard.
This is tough.
And
Dragon Quest 8.
Shadow Colossus too.
Shadow Colossus.
Shadow Colossus has to be on the table
Yeah.
because
This one's gonna be tough.
I think
guys.
Shadow Colossus has to be on the list.
Because that's all.
It's an all-time great game. Period. How does it not define a console?
I don't want to alienate people, but I never finished it.
You don't have to finish. I've never finished it, but to not realize what that game is.
Yeah. There's so many good games I can just toss out, and we can name a ton of great games that we enjoy.
I think we need to keep naming them because, like, we can't just be Final Fantasy,
No,
Kingdom Hearts, Shadow of the Colossus.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, there's so much to choose from. Kind of got to make a stand and just kind of.
But we have to decide what defines a console gen.
Yeah, that gen.
We're not talking
too.
about top games.
No, yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
I think that defined RPGs.
But here's the thing with Kingdom Hearts.
changed.
Here's the thing. A lot of people doubted it. So I feel like a lot of people, at least with Kingdom Hearts 1 when it originally came out, a lot of people didn't play it.
A lot of people didn't, yeah.
I think once Kingdom Hearts 2 came out and like there was more time, I think Kingdom Hearts picked up steam later.
I think it had a lot of notoriety going into.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like Disney plus
and
Final Fantasy.
yeah.
It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Which they were bonkers because that game was phenomenal.
Yeah, they're sadly mistaken.
Man, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some games out there I'm missing right now.
Give us some lists. Give us some more.
Dragon Quest is good.
It was good.
I don't think it defined because Final Fantasy, in a more general sense, was a better RPG.
So surprisingly enough, because I was looking because I was really thinking about
Street Fighter Alpha 2.
But Devil May Cry came out first.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about because God of War is I feel like that has defined so many games.
Action, yeah, the action game, yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
But Devil May Cry came out first.
I think that has to be on the table. DMC has to be on the table. It's fallen off, but we can't look at that. We have to look at.
Apparently, right now, Devil May Cry is the best it's ever been with the latest one, Devil May Cry 5.
No, I'm saying if it started, it
dropped off. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another thing I'm trying to do when I'm defining these console generations. If I'm buying the console, what game am I buying?
Right.
Yeah.
Would I buy it for Devil May Cry?
Well, there's Gran Turismo 4. No.
Ico. Ooh.
But Shadow Colossus is way more popular.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, PlayStation 2. This is where Gran Turismo blew up.
Oh, how did I forget about that? Fight Night.
Fucking Fight Night, dude.
Fucking Fight Night.
Fight Night was a great. They haven't made a great boxing game like that since.
Yeah.
Fight Night 2 though was probably the better one.
Oh.
But I don't know. I don't think anybody would go out to buy a console for Fight Night.
No.
Nor when I think of
just taking strolls down memory lane.
Yeah. Man,
That's a good point though. That what would you go out to buy the console for?
Yeah.
That's how you make it.
Honestly, I feel like GTA 3.
GTA 3. Yeah.
But do you take GTA 3 or do you take Vice City?
Vice City. Yeah.
Personally,
Vice City for me.
Vice City resonates with me.
Yeah.
Because it will improve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sits with me on a whole nother level. You know?
Oh, that Miami aesthetic just.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
So we'll put GTA Vice City up there.
We'll put Vice City up there.
Yeah, because I feel like that's one of the let's say console
Mm-hmm.
purchasing game.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're just gonna leave PS2 as that and just go on. Great, yeah.
Sons of Liberty.
I was gonna say Metal Gear Sons of Liberty. Sons of Liberty, bro.
Well, actually, San Andreas too.
San Andreas was on there too. Mm-hmm.
See, my memories of San Andreas are Xbox. But you couldn't get Metal Gear anywhere else.
Yeah.
Pro Skater 3.
Yep.
Madden 03. Devil May Cry. God of War, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Do we put Metal Gear on here again? Metal Gear and Final Fantasy are they in the top 3 again?
I can't put Sons of Liberty up there.
You can't put Sons of Liberty on there.
I can't. No. There's almost too much that will combat it. I mean, you'll say Metal Gear, I'll say Vice City. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying as far as
I would not.
We got a top 3. You're telling me that Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, and Vice City can't live together?
I don't see Metal Gear. I don't see Sons of Liberty that high on that list, because that's also when Medal of Honor came out. Or isn't Medal of Honor on 2?
Medal of Honor was on PlayStation 1.
Which one came out on 2?
There's been a lot of Medal of Honor came out on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
But when we're talking like COD 4, that's like PS3, Xbox 360 days.
Yeah.
And that's when Call of Duty was nuts.
Was good, yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be hard to put any of the sports games up there because they're all just reiterations of themselves. All the Maddens, all the...
And they don't define a console.
No. Because
you know what I mean?
There's...
Granted, now Madden, most people play Madden on PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Any of the tournaments and stuff, they were always held on PlayStation.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily think...
So I don't know if this helps, but I looked up the best-selling PlayStation 2 games.
Okay. Best-selling PlayStation 2 games. Let's hear it.
San Andreas, Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4, Vice City, Final Fantasy 10, Grand Theft Auto 3, Sons of Liberty, Final Fantasy 12,
Mm-hmm.
and Tekken 5, and then Kingdom Hearts. There's top 10.
Did you hear that?
Turismo, fucking
lot of those
Rockstar
are-
cleaned up.
Yeah. GTA,
San Andreas.
3.
Shit, do you put San Andreas above? I put San Andreas above Vice City.
I don't.
No,
Mm-mm.
It's tough.
there's no way.
And then God of War's number 11.
There's no way if I'm playing GTA games and you put San Andreas, you put Vice City in front of me, I'm putting the Vice City disc in. There's zero chance.
Yeah, then Ratchet.
There's zero chance.
The Metal Water Frontline, that's the one that was.
That's the one out, yeah.
There's no way you put. You don't.
I
there's
think
no
San
way
Andreas. I think San Andreas is a little bit more memorable.
more memorable.
But I think I played Vice City more.
Probably. But for me, I definitely played San Andreas more. There was so much more to it.
Yeah,
than-
you get CJ swole as fuck.
You can
That
get
was-
swole, he can get crazy fat.
Yeah,
Like, you had to
that was-
manage all that
yeah.
shit. There was so much more to the game.
Okay.
How about WWF SmackDown 2?
Oh shit.
Wait. When did Red Dead Redemption 2 has to be PlayStation 3? It has to be because it's not in the top selling list for PS2. So never mind.
No.
So, all right. So I think we got a good idea. Now we got to narrow it down.
Ratchet and Clank, my guy. That's a console buying game.
Well, there were 3 of them on there too.
That's a console buying game. If that's your caveat to like what makes a
What about Jack and Daxter?
not. I think Ratchet and Clank.
I thought Ratchet and Clank's really pushed their marketing when it came to PlayStation 3 though.
Right, but
And because like all their commercials were fucking shrinking people and getting frozen.
And they had all the funny names for all the
guns.
yeah.
Like everybody was doing all that crazy shit.
Max Payne.
I feel like I played that on Xbox.
Oh, Shenmue? Wasn't that PS2?
Shenmue was Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, it was. Shit.
At least that's my memory of it. If it was on other
No,
consoles.
it was on PlayStation 2. Fairly certain.
I don't remember Shenmue being on PlayStation.
All right, so quick, name your top 3. Boom.
Top 3.
Yep.
Final Fantasy X. Metal Gear.
Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty. Shadow of the Colossus.
I'm not agreeing yet. Not there.
What would you take out and what would you put in?
You gotta have GT in there.
you gotta have
There's no way you don't have.
Personally, I'd probably take Metal Gear out and put even San Andreas in, if not Vice City. That's a.
Oh my god, I can't.
You gotta play GTA.
But
Okay. Tell me why you have Sons of Liberty so high.
why I have it so high?
Mm-hmm.
Because you just raised the bar. And everyone knew after playing Metal Gear Solid that Sons of Liberty was going to be fire. You know what I mean?
I mean, but there's been a good Metal Gear for every generation. We can't. And then when we start talking about 3, are we going to immediately bring
Guns
up?
of Patriots. Absolutely. Are you fucking insane?
So,
There's absolutely zero chance I'm leaving this table if Guns of Patriots is not on the PlayStation 3 list. I'm not leaving the table.
So for our viewers, I just want to let you guys know that Hideo-san does not have any stock in Hard Reset. Just so you guys,
He doesn't. He doesn't.
He makes great games.
But you're
Makes great
okay.
games.
You know what? Fine. We'll take Sons of Liberty off, and we'll put San Andreas on. But you best believe Guns of Patriots is on that fucking PlayStation 4 list. There's absolutely zero shot. Zero.
Okay. I can hang with this PlayStation 2 list. These 3. Those are 3 solid games from 3.
So, PlayStation. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Final
from
Fantasy X.
PlayStation. Yep.
San Andreas.
Shadow of the Colossus.
And Shadow of the Colossus.
I think that's pretty solid. I think it's well rounded. Because as we already stated, we could make a top 20 for PS.
But we ain't here to make bitch moves and make top 20s. We're here to decide the top 3. And by the way, our decision is final. World. Remember that. So, Final Fantasy X, San Andreas, Shadow of the Colossus.
You think Final Fantasy X on top of Kingdom Hearts?
I think Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's PS2 too.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Fuck.
Because you have to remember, 2 came out, and there was a long span of time before 3 came out.
That's the thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because it was Kingdom Hearts 1 at the beginning of PlayStation 2. Then at the end of PlayStation 2, we got Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yep, and then there was all the handheld games and everything else. So
Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts was.
I'm staying with 1, to be honest, because 1 set.
Do you put that?
God,
on?
dude, the story. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. And I feel like some people would agree with me. There's very few games that I cried for, and I cried for Kingdom Hearts 1. Like that game in and of itself is.
When he let go of her hand,
Yeah,
that's a tough moment.
Oh, dude,
That's a tough moment. I feel you.
the soundtrack. I mean, come on, dude.
But did it define the PlayStation 2?
Retrospectively, so there were 4 years in between 1 and 2.
And then 30 between 2 and 3.
So, but can you do that? Can you?
Can I put Kingdom Hearts 2 above Shadow of Colossus? I can.
Can you put? You can?
I could. Yeah. It's a call. I feel
Hold
like
on.
if we go back, if we look
without
at
bias.
yes, because if we look at Shadow of Colossus in the same vein that we look at Beyond Good and Evil, it's a cult classic.
But nobody's remaking Beyond Good and Evil. They've remade Shadow twice already.
And like that's like one of those games that's in every conversation. Like it's continued.
When you talk greatest games of all time, Shadow of the Colossus is on that list. And if granted, Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 would probably be in that list, but it would not be higher than Shadow.
I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, maybe I'm just being biased.
It's tough because personally, Kingdom Hearts.
Personally, do you put Shadow of Colossus that high? Like personally, like off the record.
off the record, on the record. Personally, my list has Kingdom Hearts ahead of it.
Okay, let's hear your personal list, and then we'll do my personal list, and then we'll do like.
But professionally,
Okay, professionally. Sons of Liberty.
There's no way I don't put Shadow of the Colossus above it.
Okay.
But then how come Doom was on the list for PS1?
Because Doom is number 1 on PC.
PC, yeah, it was a PC game. And I can't agree to disagree on this because we have to agree to move on.
We have to agree to move on.
We have to agree to move on.
This is where it hurts. This is where it hurts. I want Kingdom Hearts on there.
We might be at a stalemate. This is weird because
I want Kingdom Hearts on there, but
I think it's just because I don't hold Colossus in that high of esteem.
I don't personally hold it up there, but I know
if we're just looking,
I know what it did for PlayStation.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen everything that Shadow of Colossus has done for that.
Okay. So you mentioned because no one's remaking Beyond Good and Evil, but people are remaking Shadow of Colossus. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you played it?
Shadow of Colossus? Mm-hmm. The last remake on PlayStation 4.
Really? Everybody else agree?
I've never touched that game in my life.
Okay.
I downloaded it so Kristen could play it.
It's a good game. It's a good game. It's a tough decision.
So what's
I mean, I guess
and the other tough part is with Kingdom Hearts. Universally, it's known for its convoluted story.
Yeah.
It's not known for being the game.
We can get into semantics with that.
But I'm saying when people talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Like if whatever list they're making, when people talk about, even when Kingdom Hearts is brought to the table, people talk about how confusing the story is and all that. And granted,
and they still say it's a great game.
It's still a great game.
Gameplay, story.
But but when people bring up Shadow of the Colossus, the people who have memories,
I think there's a lot of rose-colored glasses when we're looking at Colossus. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia.
I don't though, because it was, again, it's a cult classic, so there can't be nostalgia because there's not enough people that played it. But when you're looking at games that are just different from one another and that like really
stand out, you're putting 2 RPGs and San Andreas up there.
You know what I mean? Like if you're just looking at them.
I mean, so is PS2 an RPG machine?
Yes, it is.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree.
But that's when JRPGs were
knocking, yeah.
Like they were up there. Mm-hmm. But so the other thing is like, what do you do about other games? Again, there's the Tekkens out there. There's
Ratchet and Clank,
and all that. Gran Turismo. Again,
Devil May Cry, God of War. How did we not fucking put God of War up here? We tabled it.
You see what I'm saying?
We tabled it, didn't we?
For the top 3 list.
Fuck, dude. I would put God of War above Colossus. Honest to God.
1 or 2?
2.
I think I would too.
Honest to God. Dude.
Now let's be honest. Okay. Here's the thing. We're going to get the PS4 and there is the God of War.
Yeah.
They've just been that good.
And
that's what I'm saying. Look at the longevity of it. Even if we're not looking at like all the other games, it has staying power. That IP had staying power. Colossus just has remake power. You know what I mean? Like that game is cool. All right, let's remake the same game that we played. God of War is all right. Let's keep building this. Let's extenuate the storyline. You know what I mean? Like that's why I feel like God of War would probably like stand above it.
Well, like I said, defining.
When you purchase a console, did it come with Shadow? Came with God of War too.
Holy shit.
In that same vein, Gran Turismo 4. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying?
No, I do.
You see what I'm saying? Because now you're looking at Gran Turismo at its height.
Yeah, and it was good. And 4 was good. 4 was amazing.
It's at its height. It's a console seller.
Yeah.
And if anything, Gran Turismo was one of the high. Had to be one of the. I'm throwing this out my ass. Had to be one of the highest attachment rates to a console purchase.
You're probably looking at like Japan numbers too, though. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, but we're talking console defining. We're not talking.
No, but if we're looking at
West
like,
or
if we're looking at
or,
world numbers, I'm sure God of War probably has it.
That's a very Western game.
Are we talking bundle? Just bundle or set?
Bundle.
Because like Gran Turismo 3 says like 7 million in North America, less than 2 in Japan, and then a little under 6.
That's surprising. It sold more in North America than in Japan.
And then a little under 6 in Europe.
Huh.
And then Gran Turismo 4 was 3.4 in North America, 6.8 in Europe.
What's God of War got?
And then 1.2 in Japan. God of War.
I love how you are, Jamie. Thank you.
Actually, like I said, it's kind of low comparatively, but like 2.8 in North America.
Wow.
1.9 in the PAL regions.
Oh, that's like the
European
islands.
consoles.
Yeah.
142,000 in Asian territories.
So,
But that's because they have a very strict censor laws.
But you also have to look at it this way. You said 7 million-ish for Gran Turismo. They sold how many consoles?
Well, that, like I said, that's just.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at an attachment rate that's way higher.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All right, fine.
Well,
we're going to decide right now. We're done. We're deciding.
Gran Turismo 3 sold 3 times as many copies as God of War. And that's nuts.
3 times as many copies.
That's
as God of
crazy.
War.
That's crazy.
And San Andreas.
I appreciate the salty sniff. I appreciate it.
No, it's more along lines of like.
I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, who talks about
All
Gran
right.
Turismo anymore?
Nobody talks about it anymore. But we're talking about then.
We're talking about then. We're talking about then that and that vacuum.
Exactly, the generation.
Yeah. It was good.
Because I can name a game that gets talked about every generation.
Spider-Man.
Shadow of the Colossus. I don't mention that shit. I know you know.
I don't
You're
play
not.
that
You're not the
bullshit.
majority.
This is the first time I heard Shadow Colossus since fucking 2 years ago. when everyone got nutted themselves.
When it came out on PS4.
See?
But
Alright,
that's
so-
2 years.
Fucking list.
All right,
List
here we
2.
go. Top 3 right now. Let's break our hearts. 1, Final Fantasy X. 2, go ahead.
Shadow of the Colossus. Let's put it out there.
3, is it San Andreas?
Yeah, probably.
Final Fantasy X.
That seems like such a weak list,
Doesn't
dude.
it?
It seems
But there's so many
weak.
options.
Oh, it seems so weak. Compared to PS1, man, that list,
It's I don't even know.
pittance. That list seems so weak compared to the PS1 list.
But the thing is, I don't think
But
it's
see,
that
that's
it's
the
weak.
thing is like,
I don't think it's that it's weak. I think it was just such a tight race on PlayStation 2.
there's so many
Well, because there was so much.
So many good games.
There's so many good games because Sons of Liberty's up there. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2's
God
up
of
there.
War 1 and 2 is
God
up
of War's
there.
up there.
Devil
Gran
May
Turismo's up there. It's just a tight fucking race.
I think every one of the games you mentioned are better than Shadow of the Colossus. Period.
I'm just trying to, give up a little ground so we can move on to 3. Because 3, I feel like it's going to be a little easier. 3 is going to be easier.
Yeah, because it's Guns of the Patriots.
See, I don't even think...
So let's
I don't
lock
even-
in this
okay,
list.
yeah,
Let's lock in
yeah.
the list. Final Fantasy X.
Yeah,
Shadow of the Colossus.
sure. I feel dirty saying that.
I want KH up there. Do you want KH over San Andreas?
No, I can't. And see, that's me being unbiased. Because personally, I'd be like, yeah.
Right.
But
exactly.
Logically.
So, that's what I'm saying.
So then logically, I wouldn't put Shadow of the Colossus up there.
See, if you're that hesitant and you're not hesitant on San Andreas,
So I guess that's so...
We one list to rule them all. There is no separate lists here. So we taking Shadow out, and are we putting in Kingdom Hearts?
I feel like we have to.
And do we put in Kingdom Hearts 2 or 1? Because for me it'd be 2.
2. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would be 2, but I think 1 defined.
I think 2 did. I think 2 defined the generation.
I don't think 3 is gonna be as easy as you think.
I think 2 defined the generation. Because now it's more established, right? You
It
got
is,
people
yeah.
had 4 years to play 1
Yeah.
that everyone doubted.
Everyone doubted, came back and played
Kingdom
it.
Hearts 2 came out,
Played 2, yeah.
final form.
And I think, yeah, it definitely took some leaps that 1 wasn't ready to take being as new as it is.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're saying
So
FF10.
yeah.
KH2 in San Andreas.
It's a fucking RPG machine, yeah.
Okay. You heard it here first.
And last, I'm sorry.
That's it. Our decision is final.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3. Side
PlayStation
note:
3.
Final Fantasy 12 isn't on there because it's a Star Wars remake. Anyway, continuing on. It's literally just Star Wars in the Final Fantasy skin. Let's continue. All right, PlayStation 3.
We're going to have some angry emails. We're gonna have some angry
What are you talking about, dude? You have Bon, who's just Luke. You have a dude that has a furry that follows him around, Han Chewbacca. And then guess what they go against?
he is a
the
sky
fucking
pirate.
Order.
He is a sky
And guess who
pirate.
they are? All black. They're Sith. Okay. Anyway, continuing on. Back to good games. Let's talk.
graphics. Okay.
So PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3.
We've been thinking off camera, on camera, both. I
Guns of the
personally think-
Patriots.
I-
Go ahead.
okay, we're starting early. Boom, Guns of the Patriots.
Let's just get the easy
I
one
th-
out of the way.
Yeah, that's easy. I think that's defining.
Little Big
Oh my
Planet,
God,
number
yes.
two. Number 2, done.
This man said Little Big Planet, and this is the same person that wanted Final Fantasy 12 on the other list. Anyway, continue.
Little Big Planet is pretty up there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I wouldn't put it in the top 3.
I wouldn't.
I feel like it's gonna be easy. I feel like PlayStation 3 is gonna be easier than 2.
Okay.
But Brian disagrees.
So let's see
let's
what
hear
you
it.
got to say. Let's hear what you got
Also,
to
it's
say.
like, so I'm thinking it's fairly easy because
Do you think you already got it down?
2 of the 3.
What's the other one?
Guns of the Patriots. You know what? I don't want to.
No. What's the other one? Let's see. You're confident.
I have too many.
Let's
Oh! Now you have too many.
I have too many.
I thought it wasn't gonna be easier.
It's not. It's not. I wanted it to be. I wanted you guys to just. No, it's not. What do we got?
GTA 5.
Yeah.
Last of Us.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
All the Uncharted games.
Uncharted.
Holy shit.
Arkham City. God of War 3.
God of War 3. Yep.
Modern Warfare 2. As much as I didn't like that game.
Modern Warfare 2 was the
That's
pinnacle.
the defining-
That's
that's
the
defining.
pinnacle of Call of Duty.
See, what's kind of crazy?
Heavy Rain. Which actually, but the concept.
The concept of it, yeah.
The game.
So
Yeah.
looking at
Bioshock.
fuck.
Played it on Xbox.
Infamous.
Two platform agnostic.
Man.
Here's
Infamous.
Infamous, but I wouldn't put Infamous above. What's the one you just named?
And Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. So Modern Warfare is a generation, not just console. It's a generation-defining game.
Yeah.
I think.
But
And then Demon's Souls.
But all of the exclusive content for Modern Warfare was on Xbox.
And Red Dead.
So there was a game you named earlier in the list. Now, and we just named a bunch. And I can't start at the top of the ones you just named.
So GTA 5.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Gran Turismo. There's 5 and 6.
Sure.
Last of Us.
Last of Us.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. PlayStation exclusive.
Do you put Last of Us above Uncharted?
Yes, you have to. What?
No. I'm not talking.
Unbiased.
I'm not talking about better game.
Fuck,
I'm
this is
talking
the
about
Tomb Raider fucking thing all over
It's
again.
Tomb Raider, Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's Tomb Raider Resident Evil
Because
over again.
Uncharted, when Uncharted dropped, nobody knew it was going to be what it was. They were like, "Oh, it's Naughty Dog."
It's Tomb Raider boy
They're like,
version,
they were thinking it's going to be a Tomb Raider knockoff.
Oh, and Black Ops.
It's going to be.
I don't like any of
I
them.
don't even like those games,
I
but
don't either,
but
that
you know,
every-
everyone knows them.
Exactly. But when it comes to Uncharted and Last of Us, Last of Us is more me. But when I'm talking about console selling, powerhouse games,
Super Street Fighter 4.
Uncharted was phenomenal.
And like
It
said,
blew people away.
It was.
I feel like even Arkham City is up there though.
But again, for me, Arkham City
For you though.
and Arkham Knight.
We do keep hearing that a lot, don't we?
But here's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't. It's two platform agnostic. I don't think there was one console that it defined.
Yeah.
I think God of War 3.
I think the story for Last of Us
God of War 3
won
was-
multiple of awards. Last of Us. had-
Sure, it won multiple awards. Last of Us did. You're not wrong there.
And God of War 3 was huge.
But nothing sold consoles like Uncharted.
You bullshit.
PlayStation 3 was the generation of Uncharted. Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It was good, but it was just a reskinned Tomb Raider for me. That was a little bit.
No.
All Last of Us is a gritty Tomb Raider with zombies.
Nah, I'm with you on this one. I think Uncharted is just a standout.
And that's nothing against Last of Us, because Last of Us is incredible,
It's a great game.
incredible. In like we're talking storytelling, like basically
Acting.
storytelling.
Yeah, the acting.
Voice acting was like.
Are you telling me the voice acting isn't good in Uncharted?
It is. No, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
See what I'm saying?
It's a toss up, but in my eyes, and I feel like
PlayStation
overall
3 is an
Uncharted machine.
The way
It's an Uncharted
exactly
machine.
the way PS2 is an RPG machine. It's an Uncharted machine. We could literally just go 1, 2, 3 and be done.
No.
But we're not going to do that because we're fucking better. Listen, Uncharted 2 would probably be the one I choose.
That's
Among Thieves, yeah.
And 3 is Drake's Deception.
Which was also great. But Uncharted 2 was the Uncharted 2 multiplayer.
Then there's also GTA 5.
Here's the thing with GTA 5. I feel like that strived because of PC. All the GTA RP out there,
Well, I'm just saying.
and the fact that it keeps coming out on fucking consoles. That game's still in the top 10 every month for sales.
Yeah.
It continues to sell.
Well, it's double number 2.
And I also think when it came out on PS4 and Xbox, because they had PS4 Pro and Xbox One and X, they were
lends
just
it
the
more
better
power.
versions of
Yeah,
the game.
it just lends it more.
Yeah, it did better there. But going back to PlayStation 3.
I feel Uncharted's up there.
Uncharted.
But you gotta pick one.
Yeah.
I
like 3. I like 3.
I love 3 too. We can pick whatever number. I don't give a shit. But Uncharted.
And Uncharted is on the list.
Yeah. And we can come back and figure out that one out later.
So we have 2.
Dark Souls.
Or
Demon Souls.
But here's what's tough for me about Demon Souls / Dark Souls. It gained popularity when it became Dark Souls.
Yeah. It
peaked. It hit its stride with Dark Souls, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow and grow.
Still going.
To where now it's its own genre, right? Granted, Demon Souls set the bar, but not enough people played it, I feel like. Dark Souls, on the other hand, people played the fuck out of Dark Souls. They played the fuck out of Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. Fucking Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And that paved the way for Jedi Fallen Order to be what it is, because it is a Souls-like. Like Sekiro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Sekiro just won Game of the Year. Like, the games just continue to grow. And that's no knock to Demon Souls. But I think Dark Souls set the bar and continues to push it.
100%.
Now,
There's so many good games on this list. I'm like scrolling through and looking at it.
see, this is where it gets tough because, again, this is where now the third-party games...
Fucking Mass Effect.
The third-party games are really coming in. The third-party AAAs, right?
How have we not mentioned Assassin's Creed?
Because it fumbled out of the gate. Assassin's Creed 1 wasn't that great.
It wasn't. 2 is where it
Black Flag.
Whoa, Freudian slip.
No,
Freudian slip.
was a great game because they not only did they have an African American protagonist, he was also gay. It was great.
Stop it. You're just
How progressive is Ubisoft?
that has to get edited out. You realize that.
But no, Black Flag
There you go.
was the
Assassin's Creed? Really?
Assassin's Creed for a long time because that's where they Black Flag?
Yeah, the pirate one.
That was considered the best one for the longest.
2 was.
2's good because 2 like they picked up where and picked up with all the pieces.
3 had a lot of good shit.
Oh my god.
I thought it was 2 because
I think we have to put a fighter on there, dude. I really think like Street Fighter 4. That's one of the best fighters.
But wasn't that also multi?
It was.
This is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, like the AAA third-party games.
This is where
are insane.
everybody started spreading out, and
Right. Yeah, because now you have your Arkham Cities, you have your Mass Effects, you have Dark Souls and stuff like that. Like, there's so much out there now that's good that you can get on either platform.
Yeah.
So how do you define PlayStation?
That's where I feel like it gets a little shitty because then you're like, oh, let's look at the PlayStation exclusives. Uncharted,
Right? Uncharted's going to be on there.
Last of Us.
God of War,
But Uncharted
Ratchet
and
and
Last of Us
Clank.
are too similar.
Tools of Destruction.
Well, just because they're similar doesn't mean.
Yeah,
I mean-
you're right, but they're similar, so if I'm defining a generation,
I really feel like Black Ops has to be on here.
I feel like Modern Warfare 2 more than Black Ops.
I don't know the difference.
Because Modern Warfare 2 is where everybody was playing Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Ooh, and
The
The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
The
The Telltale. The Telltale. Yeah.
It's not top 3, but it's.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it would beat out
Last
And
of Us,
enough
no,
people.
It's the same as Last of Us, pretty much, and it would not beat out.
And then there's Red Dead.
That's where Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, and like
John Mother effing Marston.
Bioshock, too.
I can't believe the fact that Bioshock isn't in the discussion is insane to me. And The Last of Us didn't make it. That's like.
Yeah,
But
That's
see
why
that the tough part about the tough part about Bioshock is that
I even played that on Xbox.
It got 10 out of 10. There's very few games I got 10 out of 10, and that was one of them.
Was Portal 2 exclusive?
No. 'cause you
It was
play on-
it was exclusive to PC for a while.
For
Then it was
PC,
in orange
yeah.
box.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, 'cause that's-
See, that's what I'm saying though, Adrian. So if you, it's kind of hard because there are a lot of games that
wait,
are
we have
cross-platform.
two up there. We have Guns
You
and
have-
Patriots.
Yeah, and
And one of the Uncharted's.
no, Uncharted. Yeah.
The smorgasbord of Uncharted's.
No, but like BioShock, yes, it's a 10 for 10 game. But did you buy? Again, I'm gonna go back to it. Would you buy a PS3 to play that? I bought a PS3 to play Metal Gear. You know what I mean? I could play BioShock on PC. So it's there's
Or
there's,
your Nintendo Switch.
Stop it. I mean, shit, Oblivion. Yeah. Yeah, I went there.
Oblivion was a
It's
great,
a fucking amazing game.
great RPG for the PS3, Xbox 360.
Far Cry 3, but that was
It doesn't necessarily have to be exclusive,
yeah.
but we got. That's what I'm saying. We got to think about games
Overall, yeah.
that we like. Man, I turned on the PS3 to play that.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation All Stars Royale.
Yeah. Super Street Fighter 4.
Trash.
God of War 3 for me.
It's a good one.
I feel like as great as God of War 3 was,
That game was
I feel like it came. That's when it like dipped down for a little bit because we had the bad game on Vita.
Vita, yeah. There was another.
There's another bad one in between there somewhere. So like it was like dropping in popularity at that point. It was on its downward.
That's what made me buy it personally.
But what you got for me? That's not
Totally off topic.
Oh
Ladies and
my
gentlemen,
God.
I'm sorry.
the Titans won.
Oh, so
The Super
sorry. Well, at least the Pats didn't, or they won't.
Ooh. Anyway, oh shit!
So we have 2 of the 3. So
Can we
let's.
put Infamous up there?
I really think you could. Come on.
That was a good game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Infamous was decent.
It had moving power though too.
It was good. What?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I literally still play it. I just played it the other day.
It's like I wanted those.
Yeah.
What about Resistance?
Follow man. Let's hear from the peanut gallery, guys. What are you feeling? Top 3 wise.
God of War would be on there for me.
God of War 3.
God of War 3.
God of War 3 is on there for me.
Oh, you already know Last of Us.
And then-
Last of Us. Okay.
I didn't play that game.
You did.
Disclosure, I did not play that game, but I know what the ripple effect it had. It's
No.
exclusive, and it's
As a PlayStation game, it stands out. I agree.
Yeah.
over. I loved Uncharted. I played all the Uncharted, played all the Tomb Raiders type. It's still-
And you still choose Last of Us.
Yeah, and like I guess I could choose one of them, but I guess maybe I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but I don't remember it being as definingly huge.
Storytelling wise,
like for-
Last of Us was defining storytelling
Well, no,
wise.
I'm saying Uncharted.
Uncharted, yeah.
But-
when it comes to like suspense, like it's
Uncharted had the set pieces, it had the storytelling, it had the gameplay, and every game consistently got better. Fuck.
I know, but see, I didn't play any of the Call of Duty games, but I know what they did. So
I feel like
That-
this is the
me-
generation you have to have a Call of Duty.
That's what I'm
on.
saying. Me neither. Like I played them, but I never got into them. But unbiased, I feel like
Modern Warfare 2 is insane.
you have to put that.
So is the list really Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever? Guns
Guns
and
and
Patriots,
Patriots and Modern
Modern
Warfare
Warfare 2. Holy shit!
This console set the stage for online.
Yeah.
Like it defined it. It was peak for online. Actually,
Yeah.
no. I guess later
2
on-
started it. 2 started and got it rolling.
SOCOM brought it
3
out.
is where it blew up.
And Xbox with Halo.
With streamers, people streaming, and with just like the pop culture phenomenon of it. You know what I mean? Like where it really took off, and that's biased. That's why I'm saying like Street Fighter 4. That's where
I
fighting.
could put Street Fighter on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's where fighting games got outside of the arcade,
But
person to person across the world. You know what I mean?
oh man, that's
Because it wasn't big before that. That's why
it
three's
wasn't. It
hard.
wasn't.
Which was the Call of Duty that had the airport scene? You know what
Oh, the airport
Modern Warfare
stage.
2.
That's Modern Warfare too.
That's on the list.
Yeah.
No Russian. You're talking about no Russian.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That has to be on there. Because that was like, oh.
You're a bad person.
Did it feel good when you did it?
A little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. I blapped everybody.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
video game.
it's a video game. Like I ain't go out and do that shit in real life, but like,
Right. I mean, that stopped me from doing it. You
Well, there's
know.
an online game that has that, like, that mainly, primarily a multiplayer game that had that in like their campaign. That was just like some.
It was crazy. That was their moment.
No
right.
game would ever attempt to do that.
Right.
They probably will never. Ever
All right,
attempt
so-
to do that again.
Uncharted.
now we have to figure out which one. Because I was. A fan
I'd
of
go for 2 or
3.
3.
I was a fan of 3.
Then we'll do 3. Uncharted 3. Guns of the Patriots
Patriots and Modern Warfare.
and Modern Warfare 2.
2.
That's the PlayStation.
That's pretty
3.
solid.
That's a
That's
strong
pretty
list.
solid. I think that's agreeable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think we could get faulted for choosing those 3.
I do like God of War as well, but.
Oh yeah, God of War 3 and Last of Us. I agree with you. Last of Us stands out, but
Still, even when they're, I guess, part 2 or part 3, whatever is coming out next, is still.
I think PS4 will be easy.
yeah,
There's not much. There's the quality of games just like.
I don't know if the quality of games changed for PS4. It's just
the
that
number. Yeah.
they played it very safe with PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about our PS4 list. God of War, 2018
Yes.
or 2019, whatever year it was.
Yep. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, dude.
Spider-Man was good.
Spider-Man was really good. I'm not saying that it has to be in the top 3. I'm just saying. I'm just
We'll
putting
put it
that-
up there. It's on the table.
We'll
It's on the
table
table.
it. I can't say that because that's me just being biased again.
Say it.
Final Fantasy 15.
15?
There was such a lull
So-
in mainstream Final Fantasy games.
We can future-proof this episode right now. Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Stop it!
We know it's on
Oh,
PS4.
fuck.
It comes out in 2 months.
If even that. I feel like it's going to be... I feel like they're going to fuck around and drop it in February.
They're not. There's no way.
You don't think so? Okay.
You want it to.
Wishful
Do we
thinking.
future-proof the episode and just say Final Fantasy 7 Remake? Because there's nothing... I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah, that's not good journalism. That's
Just remake a video. You know.
I'm just future-proof. We just put it out after. This video will come out in a few months.
What if they fuck around and it's terrible though? Oh, I know it won't be because I'm still gonna beat off to Ares.
During her death scene.
Well, it won't.
That's
get,
the only
we,
time she gets penetrated.
well,
so
we
the only
won't-
time it makes sense to get off.
we won't see that for another. We won't see that for another 15 to 20 years.
Exactly.
So,
You beat off of her, but not Tifa, though?
oh, both and Barrett.
Barrett's got that cannon.
Barrett got a hand cannon, daddy. Like, yeah. The rocket punch.
So we know. What was the game we named? Shit, I forgot.
I said 15. Oh, the God of War.
Yeah, God of War.
God of War.
Incredible.
Yes.
Masterpiece of a game.
The Witcher 3.
Mm.
That was incredible. It was my top game of all time, but I don't think I could play it on a generation defining game.
Console defining, not generation.
The console defining. I definitely played my own Xbox. Like, all 200 hours of it.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2's up there. GTA.
I mean,
But it's just GTA 5 again.
It's just
the
yeah.
fact that it's been this long, we haven't mentioned Fortnite, is insane to me.
Get out.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to be real with you right now.
You can't say that's not generation defining.
But is it PS4?
Console.
It
do
is-
people play that on PlayStation?
They do.
Is it PS4 though? I mean,
But here's the problem,
Yeah,
is that... Actually, hold on.
that's not everything, but it's
No.
for it.
It's the game that made PlayStation bend to allow crossplay.
Ooh, I would not have even factored that.
So in a way, it defined PlayStation going forever.
Wow.
Finds people's livelihoods, everything. People are making careers out of it. But that's, are we taking esports off the table?
No, we're not taking esports off the table because I mean, there's plenty of games.
Because it's cross-platform. Because we
Right.
kind of said that you were looking at PlayStation defining.
But I'm talking about if anything, if a game defined PlayStation,
I like how with every generation we're like, all right, the next one might be a little bit easier, and then we start getting into the nitty gritty. Yeah, 4 has some fucking flame.
Death Stranding is out there.
Death Stranding. That's what I'm. This is stupid.
But what I'm saying is, but going back to the Fortnite thing, like there's like, hey, you either give us crossplay or you're missing out on the biggest multiplayer game ever made. So PlayStation had to.
But is that PlayStation defining?
That they because
No, that's game defining. That's game
but here's the
defining.
thing,
By getting a console creator to bend to your will, that's not a boon to PlayStation.
It is. Here's why. Because much like Apple, PlayStation is like the walled garden. Everything PlayStation must be this way, must be this way, must be this way. Now you have a game that came in and forced you to change your ways.
Okay, what about Destiny?
What about Destiny?
Are we gonna put it up there with?
It's
Fortnite?
not crossplay. It's just cross.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, it's cross save. Yeah.
You're literally changing the way you handle your consoles
For one game.
For one game. That game defined what their walled garden is.
But taking it back, does Fortnite scream PS4? No.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't, but it defined its generation.
Right, but
It defined this console.
But if we're talking, are you gonna buy a PS4 to play Fortnite?
People have, because there's Fortnite bundles out there for PlayStation.
Are you gonna play it on PC?
People are playing on PC.
Are you gonna play
one
it
of the
on
top players
Switch?
and one of the top competitors is a PlayStation 4 player.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I think of PlayStation 4, I don't think of Fortnite.
I don't.
Maybe that because I'm an older gamer. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, as far as like defining what a console does and what it means, like Fortnite literally just took a console and was like, "Hey, this wall has to come down, or you're no longer in the race."
We'll table it.
You see what I'm saying?
We'll table it.
That's insanity to think about.
Yeah. Has anybody been writing down our top threes?
No, we'll just have to go back and watch the video.
We'll just have to go back and recap it.
Then you got Sekiro. They're just one game of the year.
Sekiro.
But
Just one game of the year.
Sekira's
is it
got,
generation defining?
it's PlayStation and PC only, I believe.
Bloodborne.
What is it like?
There is Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Like you said,
Shit. There
Witcher
is
3.
Bloodborne.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2.
Phantom Pain? I know that it was a dip, but
15.
It was the fall of Metal Gear, unfortunately.
Destiny, I say Borderlands.
Uncharted 4.
I actually don't hold 4 in as high esteem as
3.
1, 2, and 3.
So Borderlands, the art direction it took.
On PS4?
I guess it is on all of them, yeah. But just the art style and just the gameplay. Just so many. Just too many.
There's a lot for 4.
So we got God of War.
I think that's a lock.
God of War's a lock.
There's a lock. Red Dead's up there.
And then there's Horizon.
Ooh.
The hard part about Horizon is
Monster Hunter World.
hard part about Horizon is it came out when Zelda did.
Yeah.
That was a 10 out of 10. What did it?
It did, yeah.
But
Breath of the Wild did.
Granted, that doesn't necessarily mean it didn't.
That doesn't take away from it, yeah.
define the PlayStation because the game was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Horizon?
Right.
I don't know if it defines it for me. It's an amazing game.
I really
It is also the same engine used for Death Stranding.
Okay, so I've never played Witcher 3, but I know again what it did, what it meant. You know what I mean? So I feel like that.
Again, if we want to future proof, we know that Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out on PS4.
Can't do that. That makes us bad journalists. Starting off our video talking about
Final Fantasy VII
Pornhub
remake.
also makes us bad journalists. But
Cyberpunk 2077, God of War. End of discussion.
if only it was that. I like how we start the list and end the list with 7. It's a fucking game. People who tell me they've never played that game.
But that's going back to the Shadow Colossus thing. You see what I'm saying?
No, fuck Shadow of the Colossus.
All right. So God of War, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's up there, dude. Red Dead is up there.
I guess we could say I think we could put Spider-Man on that list definitively because there hasn't been a good one since Spider-Man 2. And then
It's the best of the Arkham games.
Arkham style.
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest knock to the Spider-Man franchise. The combat is the Arkham combat, and I'm not a big fan of that combat. Looks great to look at, but it's the most Square, 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 square. I guess I'll hit triangle now. Square, square. But it just looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like a badass the whole time, but it's the most mundane shit. But that's here nor there. But yeah, swinging around the city is great.
And then some of the other ones that I don't really know much about that are on here. Persona 5.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
forgot that was a PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive.
That's up there.
Journey.
I never played Journey.
Journey was PlayStation 3, I thought.
I mean, maybe I don't know. It's on this list. Maybe it's a remake.
It's a remake. Mm-hmm.
Or a port.
Shit, Journey should have been on. Fuck.
To me, that's like putting Shadow Colossus on there. I don't think Journey holds that much water.
Well, like you were saying, 15.
15.
See that one?
Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
Oh, I
The plot hole machine that it is.
I
Come
put
on,
200
bro.
hours in that game, I would not put on that list.
Celeste was fantastic.
Celeste.
Inside was pretty good.
I don't know this.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Persona 5. We got to go back to Persona 5 for a
I
second.
don't know anything about that.
Persona 5.
Great music.
Yeah.
Great combat.
Great gameplay.
Oh my god. You know what? Persona 5's on the list. It brought back RPGs. JRPGs.
JRPGs, yeah.
Then you gotta drop Sekiro.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't think we can't not put Witcher 3 on there.
It's got a TV
It's
series.
got a TV series.
It's got a fucking TV series.
It has to be up there.
So
man.
do you take off Spider-Man or do you
I think I take Spider-Man off for Witcher 3. If I'm looking at
I fucking love that music, dude.
Soundtrack.
They put it in the show too.
You see somebody modded the PC version of Witcher 3 to put toss a coin to your Witcher in the game. Yeah. Great song.
Character.
Oh god,
The
yes,
game-
you're so good.
The game was a reason why they decided to make a TV series, even though the series is based off the books.
yeah.
Discuss.
Discuss.
I mean,
So God of War,
God of War,
Witcher
Witcher
3.
3. What was the last one?
So there's Red Dead.
Red Dead 2.
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
So is it
15.
is it
Bloodborne.
it's 15 is not on this list.
What? No. Okay.
There's no way.
All right. I'm just trying to see how many times I can get fucking Final Fantasy on this list.
So
Shout out to Square. What up?
yeah, it's Squeenix.
Squeenix.
So we got I almost said Final Fantasy 15. God damn. Absolutely not. So we got God of War,
Yes. Witcher 3.
Witcher 3,
Yeah.
and Persona 5.
See, I would put Red Dead 2 above Persona 5. I feel like a lot of people would.
I-
I put Spider-Man before Persona 5, to be honest.
If you think about big picture, like what people are gonna remember,
You bought a console for Persona 5.
Red Dead. Everyone was talking about
Red Dead fucking has Rockstar been on every. They have. They've been on every one.
That would be
No, not the first
Not the
list.
first one. Yep, not the first list.
Yeah.
Were they on the second list? Were they on PS2?
Yeah, because we
Fucking
went to
San
San
Andreas.
Andreas.
Oh, shit.
And then
Oh,
last one,
No.
PS3. They weren't there.
No, they weren't on PS3 either. No,
Were
because we
they?
had Modern Warfare and
Yeah, they weren't there.
yeah,
Fuck, they were right there though.
they were up there with 5. Yeah.
Shit, that's the thing. Is it GTA 5 or is it Red Dead Redemption 2?
Red Dead.
I'd say Red Dead.
Red Dead. GTA 5 has a lot going for it. It's no knock against it. Online has been phenomenal. There's a lot. But Red Dead has...
Red Dead was so divisive though. Everyone fucking loved GTA 5. But it was either you loved or hated Red Dead 2.
If you want an also future proof, there's also Last of Us 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Shitballs. All right, so the list is Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Cyberpunk 2077, and Last of Us 2.
It's been a hard reset podcast? No. We can't do that.
Fuck.
Because in a heartbeat I would put 7 on there. Like just to...
There's no way it's not good.
They can't fuck it up. They would literally... They
Unless-
can't fuck it up.
Unless there's some game-breaking fucking bug.
I saw Sephiroth and I got a boner off of that.
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
We can't be talking about this. We can't be talking about it. We gotta listen to it.
We gotta
gotta listen to it.
Witcher 3,
Witcher
God
3.
of War.
God of War.
To me, they're Spider-Man or Red Dead. There aren't very many PlayStation 4 games that stand out. We can name a bunch of great games, but there aren't very many that stand out.
What other exclusives are there?
There's Horizon,
Horizon.
which actually sold 10 million copies.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, I said. Did it come with the PlayStation?
What's the
Yeah.
the zombie game that just came out
What?
with the bike guy?
Was it?
The bike guy.
The guy on the bike. Why am I? It looks like
Stranding?
no. It looked like Sons of Anarchy.
Uh,
There's no. You guys, as soon as I remember the name of it, just look up PS4 exclusives. Why can I not remember the name of this game right now? It's not Dead by Daylight. Shut up.
You shut your whore mouth.
Because everyone was like, "Why are they making a second zombie game when they have Last of Us?" Why the fuck is this not coming?
If none of us can even think of it, is it really that big of a game?
Oh my god, my brain.
God of War, Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the list. That's pretty much probably the most agreeable list.
so, I mean, I didn't see it on the first.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
That's what it is.
I was cool for that.
Here's the now.
Good game,
Okay, then that's fine. I just couldn't remember the name of it. Here's what was crazy about that game. Someone found out because it's made by Bend Studios that game is set in the same world as Siphon Filter, and the Siphon Filter virus is in that game.
Really?
Really?
Okay, that's kind of spicy.
And the scientists and stuff that they fight in that game are the same scientists from Siphon Filter. That's spicy.
Okay, that's kind of next level.
Same world.
I might have to look into that. That's not just a fan theory. That's
No,
that's fact.
they found all the shit in the game and it all pointed to it. There's references to Siphon Filter. You can find the fucking taser.
Okay, that's kind of dope.
That's fire. Anyway,
But God of War, Witcher 3, Red Dead. Oh, Final Fantasy 15.
They didn't do it. 15 didn't do enough for me personally.
cool.
I think it was a good Final Fantasy game, but
Great tech demo.
You're right. Yeah.
It wasn't enough in there. Story was just kind of.
The story was lacking,
They had
but
added
it was
DLC,
everything
that's
else.
how you knew it was trash.
Yeah, there was everything else. The story was
alright,
good. The
so-
side games were good, and all that other shit. Yeah.
Witcher 3, God of War.
Kingdom Hearts 3. No, are we?
Game was not good.
Are we not?
Listen, it was a 40-hour game with 6 hours of story, dude.
I agree.
And they're finishing the story in DLC.
In
with
DLC,
Remind.
yeah.
I'm mad.
Guess what other game did that? Final Fantasy 15.
I'm mad because I can't disagree, and this is like my life. Like I love those games.
Same.
Look
That's why I'm trying to weasel my.
You literally
weasel my
played
shit
34 hours of that game going world to world for no fucking reason, for everything, every piece of story and every good boss fight to happen in the last 6 hours of the game.
Stop it, dude. Stop it. I still play.
You could have sold that game for $30 and gave me those 6 hours and I would have been fine. But no, you make me go help out fucking Woody for no goddamn reason.
Hey, you've got a friend in me. First off. Second off. To infinity and beyond. PlayStation 4, top 3. God of War, Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Over Death Stranding?
Over Death Stranding.
Kojima's comeback?
Ish.
Did you beat Death Stranding?
No, it's too fucking long.
So,
It's 12 hours. It's not fun.
It's not 12 hours. It's like 30 plus.
I
If
think
you're not dying.
looking at the system, Red Dead had
The hype around Death
the
Stranding.
hype over
The
Death
hype around Death Stranding. Kojima,
I heard more yelling.
no longer behind Konami, free to do what he wants.
to be himself.
Mads Mikkelsen,
Norman
Reedus,
Baby in a jar.
Jeff Keighley, Conan O'Brien's in that game.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Yeah,
And he
okay.
has an otter hat.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen.
If you throw out-
Your top 3.
If you throw out celebrities, I mean, Borderlands 3 had Penn and Teller in there. So.
Oh, that's legit.
Are they
have
really?
Penn and Teller.
They have
They're
Penn and
bosses,
Teller.
yeah.
They were bosses.
That's dope. What are their name?
It's like Pain and something.
Pain and Terror.
Yeah, Pain and Terror. and Terror never speaks, by the way.
Never. I'm gonna show you what they look like.
They look
That's-
great.
Do they look
Anyway.
like them?
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
That's tight.
When they first started talking, I'm like, and they never should have said, I'm like, that fucking sounds like Penn Jillette. And then they put him on, I'm like, it's fucking Penn Jillette.
No, that's Pain.
Because like when you're going through this level, like you hear
Them talking.
Penn talking the whole time and like commentating as you're like doing the mission or whatever.
That's dope because he has such a like unique voice.
And it's fucking.
It was great.
God of War, Witcher 3,
God of War,
Death Stranding.
Witcher 3, Death Stranding. That's your PS4 generation-defining list. This has been Hard Reset. My name is Milton. That's Dave.
I'm Dave.
We'll see you next time.